in the heart of Alatalis, where the air smelled faintly of magic and old elf drama, a wedding was about to unfold, one so chaotic it would make even the most seasoned adventurer raise an eyebrow. But before we delve into the mayhem they called wedding, let's present the main characters in question. Paladin Xenia, self-proclaimed princess with a perpetually impeccable fashion sense, even after all those raid wipes, and Priest Omir, he of the gentle sunshine glow and the uncanny ability to make dad jokes, the pillar of sanity in this relationship. The wedding officiant? He was so old and senile, he found himself often wondering where he was or why he was there. And that wasn't even the biggest problem with him, as we will soon find out. "It was a beautiful day," I said. "It was a beautiful day. The day of the wedding." The guests started arriving one by one, but apparently someone had thought it was a good idea to invite both factions. As the guests arrived, some showing up in full battle armor, others in glowing robes, there was a tension in the air that could only be described as the calm before the storm. As the groom announced the ceremony was about to start with a pull timer, the guests instinctively took their assigned raid position and asked themselves what the hell they got themselves into. Cardinal Pontiff took his place at the altar and began speaking in his charming, if occasionally unintelligible manner. Xenia, a stalwart champion of the faith, shifted uncomfortably at his words, her eyes narrowing at him. She was clearly not pleased with the situation. Omir, sensing the tension, smiled calmly at her, his expression a picture of patience. Xenia exploded when the priest mistakenly called her a totally different name. Names were being called. Pontiff called Xenia awful. She called him pea-sized potato, and Omir called Xenia a deer. But eventually both said, "I do," and the priest pronounced them husband and wife. Then the bride and groom kissed. The crowd erupted in applause and formed a line to congratulate the newlyweds and bring forward their best in slot gifts, like perfume, love potion ingredients, and premium chocolate. One human gifted Xenia an epic Dark Moon Fair deck. A night elf family gave her a dead fish, and an orc looked through his bags until he found a tough jerky that he grudgingly gave away as a wedding gift. The newlyweds, in return, also gifted them a special token of appreciation. You see, Xenia wanted to give cats, and Omir wanted to give moon goose elixirs to their friends. After a bit of back and forth, they reached a compromise. They went with cats. But there was no time to waste, as next up was another catastrophe to be prevented. The problem? Omir had massively underestimated the number of wedding guests. He'd assumed a quaint affair. The reality, of course, was a veritable gathering of almost every member of their guild, Golden Moon. Counting them, he realized he would only have cake for half. Hearing this, Xenia divided the guests in two teams that were forced to answer a series of such ridiculous riddles that people might think they were made up on the spot. Anyone who wanted cake had to take his place and be prepared to earn it. A night elf and a troll started a dance-off, while Pontiff asked where he was, and after being told this was a wedding he officiated, he sat down and started questioning his life decisions. After some incidents and burning brain smell, the winning team, the White Kittens, was awarded each a slice of mooncake. Next in, the screenshots. The guests aligned to take a massive screenshot. The troll was still dancing and trolling around. Omir mind-controlled him out of the way. Maybe too much so, as the guards spotted him and brutally executed him. The event's pyrotechnician was a genius. He'd promised a spectacle unlike any Azeroth had ever witnessed. And true enough, when the first globe of shimmering light shot into the twilight sky, it was breathtaking. A perfect sphere of fire blossomed, followed by another one. Then, in quick succession, each a flawless cosmic orb. The guests gasped, charmed. They oohed and awed, impressed by Wero's technical prowess. The dance floor throbbed, the music swelling to a crescendo, and the wedding DJ, an undead with questionable hygiene but exceptional taste in music, was working overtime. Xenia and Omir thanked everyone for attending their special event and rode off into the sunset on their silver steed. As they slowly departed, they knew deep in their hearts they will never forget this magical day.